Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod at nagbabalita ng mga balitang dapat nating malaman dito sa ating bansa. Ito ang Balitang Pambansa. Ating ngang matutunghayan sa channel nito kung ano ang nangyayari sa loob ng ating gobyerno at syempre tumutulong na rin sa ating mga mamamayan na malaman ang katotohanan dahil mayroon tayong karapatan na malaman ang tunay na nangyayari sa ating bansa. Ngunit bago natin panoorin ang balita, huwag niyo pong kakalimutan na mag-subscribe sa ating channel at pindutin ang notification bell para lagi kang maging updated sa ating mga bagong videos na ina-upload araw-araw. At sa ating mga solid viewers naman dyan ay maraming salamat naman po sa walang sawang pagsuporta. At syempre, huwag din pong kakalimutan mag-iwan ng like at i-share ang ating mga videos. At kung mayroon ka naman pang opinion, ang ating comment section ay bukas para sa inyong mga hinaing. Ito na nga mga kaibigan, ating panoorin ang buong video. Salamat po muli and God bless!
So, did the transfer of 69.9 billion to the National Treasury make PhilHealth an economically viable guarantor of the people's access to quality and affordable health care and protection against financial risk?
Your Honor, the amount transferred to...
Can you just please go direct to the point? Yes or no?
Sorry, Your Honor. Again, Your Honor, 60 billion pa lang po na transfer po natin.
Pa lang?
Opo.
Konti lang, no?
60 billion po.
All right, 60
po.
billion,
Opo.
not 69?
Yes po.
Ilan ba gusto nating i-transfer?
It is estimated, Your Honor.
All right, so
89.
what is your short answer to my short question?
Your Honor, sorry, Your Honor. PhilHealth's nag-operate si PhilHealth po, Your Honor, in the year 2024.
Did it help PhilHealth's financial condition? Did it upgrade your financial level when you transferred 60 billion to the National Treasury?
Your Honor, despite the transfer, Your Honor, PhilHealth's investable fund from 498 in December 2023 and versus December 2024, Your Honor, of 492 billion.
So what is your answer? No? Or
Your
yes?
Honor,
Yes or no?
Your Honor, very sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, PhilHealth operates the program, Your Honor, expanding the benefit payment.
All right.
Tumaas pa
So
siya.
I will go to my next question.
Yes po.
Did the transfer of this amount to the National Treasury reduce the deficit of PhilHealth in the amount of 663 billion plus in 2023?
Your Honor, if you are talking...
Just a straight answer,
Sorry
Mr. Senior Vice President.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yes.
Apology po. Of course, Your Honor, the 60 billion that we transferred reduces...
Yes or no? Yes or no? My question is so simple and it is answerable only by yes or no.
Your Honor, it reduces, Your Honor.
It reduces the deficit, even though, yes, did I hear it right? Your transfer of 60 billion to the National Treasury reduced your deficit.
Your Honor, I think baliktad sa Your Honor. Because it reduces our accumulated revenue. And of course, kung sa total members' equity, Your Honor, tumaas pa siya, Your Honor.
You know, Mr. Senior Vice President, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Your excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Amen. All right, but of course, we cannot segregate or separate that from your earlier statement that you have read the law and the law does not prescribe the factors that the PhilHealth Board should consider. So that's why, in my view, it is addressed to the business judgment. We're talking here of business judgment. And I have been in the boards of many companies, and I have seen the various ways business judgment can be exercised. Some people can be conservative, some people can be aggressive. I would say that I will not, let's say, if I were in the PhilHealth Board, I will not set a high reserve fund if I am confident that I can get political support for a bigger subsidy for PhilHealth, because there is no limit to the subsidy that government can provide to PhilHealth, Your Honor. And if I may also mention, the liabilities of PhilHealth are guaranteed by the Republic of the Philippines. This just gives me the impression that from your statement that the reserve fund, the amount that the board may fix, would depend on something that may or may not come, like the subsidy of the government. You have first to negotiate. And even after you have negotiated, there is no certainty at all that the subsidy you would like to receive will be given by the government. That is my impression from your statement.
Well, actually, I was referring to many variables that may be considered by the PhilHealth Board, Your Honor. Actually, if you so require me, Your Honor, I can share materials, including a report of the World Health Organization in 2010 on health system financing, which discusses how moving toward a universal health care is fundamentally a political process.
Yes, that leads me to my next question. Your statement was, it is settled that social health insurance is a matter of political negotiation. You know, honestly, this is the first time I've heard of this. I've always believed that health is non-negotiable. And can you please respond if it is settled in jurisprudence or law that health insurance is a matter of political negotiation?
I'm referring to these materials from a World Health Organization report in 2010. I can share the materials. So
you are saying that it is settled. Settled by who? Where?
Oh, it's like a general understanding. That's what I mean, Your Honor.
All right. So there is no jurisprudence. There is no law.
No, Your Honors. But
yes.
One administration can do better than others. And I can say that this administration has done better than the past. I think I look at the numbers, and just for 6 years from 2016 to 2022, PhilHealth's corporate operating budget increased by 25%, from 126.4 billion to 168 billion.
All right, that's well taken.
For 3 years of this administration, from 2022 to 2025, PhilHealth's corporate operating budget increased by 41%, from 168 billion to 284 billion.
Noted. And I would appreciate, the court would appreciate if you will include that as one of your submissions to the court.
Yes,
all right.
Your Honor.
So, when you speak of government subsidy, do you refer to the funds coming from PAGCOR, Syntax, PCSO, DOH appropriations, or government subsidy that is altogether separate and distinct from these sources?
Actually, the Section 37, Section 37 of the Universal Health Insurance Act, Your Honor, says that all the amount necessary to implement this universal health insurance shall be sourced from those that you...
my question I would like to repeat is, when you speak of government subsidy, do you speak of the funds coming from PAGCOR, from syntax, from PCSO, DOH appropriations, or government subsidy that is independent from these sources altogether?
Actually, all those sources of funds, Your Honor, they are implemented through the provisions also under Section 37. It
Yes.
says, the last paragraph, Your Honor, it says, the amount necessary to implement the provisions of this act shall be included in the General Appropriations Act
Correct.
and shall be appropriated under the DOH and the national government subsidy to PhilHealth.
Correct. So, is it safe to say that this is an automatic appropriation every single year? Because the funds need not be fixed anymore by the Congress, because the amounts are already fixed by law.
Well, my understanding of the
So
section...
is it the subject of automatic appropriation every year?
The law doesn't mention automatic appropriation, Your Honor.
Can you please read the provision?
Well,
Yes.
the first part says, Your Honor, the amount necessary to implement this act shall be sourced from the following. And then it's
Yes.
an enumeration of the sources, Your Honors.
All right. And the first one is the total incremental syntax collections. And in relation to 10351, it says that after deducting the allocations under Republic Act 7171 and 8240, 80% of the remaining balance of the incremental revenue derived shall be allocated for the universal health care under the National Health Insurance Program, the attainment of the Millennium Development Goals, and Health Awareness Program. Is that not automatic?
From the PhilHealth's perspective, Your Honor, it receives the appropriations for premium contributions of...
I'm not even
Yes.
speaking about premium contributions. I'm just speaking about the sources coming from syntaxes, from PCSO, from PubCor.
Because the last paragraph of this provision, Your Honors, also specifies the mode of operationalizing this provision. And it says...
How?
It says the amount necessary to implement the provisions of this act shall be included in the GAA.
Of course, it should be
Yes.
indicated in the GAA, because by then, the amounts would have been certain already. All right. So, at any rate, from your statement last time, I gathered that the higher the amount of subsidy you expect from the government through the so-called political negotiation, the lesser the amount of reserve funds you will earmark coming from the accumulated assets of PhilHealth. Is that correct?
The higher the...
Yes.
No,
The higher you expect from the
The-
government through the so-called political negotiation, the lesser the amount of reserve funds you will earmark coming from the accumulated assets of PhilHealth. So, is that correct?
I don't remember that, Your Honor, but I know that the practice of PhilHealth, Your Honor, has been to set the reserve fund equal to or lower than the
Yes,
ceiling.
but you forgot about your statement already. We just read it back, and I don't wish to read it back again. Anyway, from your statement as well, the amount of reserve funds, it would seem to me, does not depend on the amount of PhilHealth's accumulated revenues, but on the amount it expects to receive from the government, which is a mere expectation that may or may not become real.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I can't... I can't remember saying...
All right, it's okay. And I just would like to stress that under Section 11 of the Universal Health CARE Act, the reserve funds must be sourced from the accumulated revenues of the agency. And when you say accumulated revenues, it means that they already include the taxes or the subsidy from the government and all the monies collected coming from the sources enumerated under Section 37.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Yes. So with that, Attorney Hermosura, I really thank you very much, and you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. May I continue, Chief Justice? May I now call on Senior Vice President Lim Siaco of PhilHealth to respond to my next questions.
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
Yes, good afternoon, Senior Vice President Lim Siaco.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. So, would you agree that political negotiation is a principal factor in determining the amount of reserve funds to be fixed by the PhilHealth Board?
Your Honor, in the coming up of the approved JAA for PhilHealth, PhilHealth submitted a proposal, and based on the evaluation of DBM, it will be incorporated in the NEP,
Yes.
Your Honor. And during the time that it will be deliberated in the Congress, Your Honor, that's the time that on the part of, as mentioned by GCC, Your Honor, political negotiations come in. It is either retained based on the NEP or it will be increased, Your Honor, depending on the appreciation of the Congress as well, Your Honor.
All right. So does it mean that you still negotiate the transmittal of the appropriations fixed by law under Section 37?
Your Honor, we have Section 37, Your Honor, but of course, in the final JA, Your Honor, it is negotiation, Your Honor, PhilHealth, Department of Health, and the Congress, Your Honor, on
You have to negotiate it, notwithstanding the clear command of Section 37 that the appropriations shall come from these funds, from these sources. You have to negotiate.
Your Honor, negotiation in the sense that, of course, the Congress asking PhilHealth on its utilization of the previous and the implementation of the program as well, Your Honor. And it is our on the side of PhilHealth, Your Honor, we depend the proposal of the corporation, Your Honor, of course, and that it will be retained based on the NEP or it will be increased, Your Honor.
So the percentages are negotiated, even though they are fixed by law, like 50% from PCSO.
Your Honor,
80% from syntax. Do you still negotiate, or it should be automatic?
Your Honor, depending on the amount that will be computed by Department of Finance, Your Honor, on the percentages.
You know, the amount is a mere arithmetical computation. we go by the percentages fixed by law.
Yes, Your Honor.
So despite the percentages fixed by law, the actual amount, it's just a computation. So does it mean that Congress is not following the percentages prescribed by law?
Your Honor, in the past years, Your Honor, based on the NEP, it is carried, Your Honor, in the General Appropriations Act.
My question is very clear.
Yes, po.
I'm talking about the percentages fixed by law under Section 37. My impression from your statement is that despite the percentages already fixed by law, the Congress, you still need to negotiate with Congress for the actual percentages that may be included in the GAA for the subsidy of PhilHealth. Is that the reality on the ground?
Yes, Your Honor. We tried to defend the
Yes.
proposal of the corporation,
All
Your Honor.
right. Yes, well taken. So now I proceed from where we left off last Tuesday. I would like to finish with the COA's basis for disclaimer of opinion issued in 2022 is left with no unpaid obligations for that certain cut-off period. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I cannot recall that saying that one, Your Honor. But my statement, Your Honor, if I may, Your Honor, in any certain given cut-off date, PhilHealth still have a payable to the hospital, meaning claims will be processed, but claims will also enter the PhilHealth system for processing, Your Honor.
So those that enter the system of PhilHealth are the approved claims.
Not yet,
Yes,
Your Honor.
not yet.
Because it will be submitted to PhilHealth, received by PhilHealth, and will be processed by PhilHealth, Your Honor.
All right. Now, how reliable are the numbers, or were the numbers you reported in your financial report?
Your Honor, when we talk about reliability, Your Honor, we are trying to come up with a fair
Yes.
presentation of the FS, Your Honor.
Yes, but
and we
you're-
received 15 million claims, if may, Your Honor, 15 million claims per year, Your Honor. And of course, on the 15 million claims, Your Honor, makikita ho natin that there are some claims that has found out by COA that has some needs to be rectified, Your Honor.
Yes, so you do not challenge the finding of COA that PhilHealth lacks sufficient controls to keep track of its transactions.
Your
Yes,
Honor, we are...
thus increasing the risk for unsettled liabilities.
Your Honor, we are addressing the findings of COA, Your Honor, to put controls and change the process of recording, Your Honor. And Your Honor, we have this program right now, the FinMare program, Your Honor, that proper way of recording of our benefit claims, Your Honor, in our books of accounts, Your Honor.
So this observation of COA is accurate.
Your Honor, we confirm, Your Honor, that findings of the Commission on Audit, Your Honor.
So because of this, the numbers indicated in your financial statements cannot be completely relied upon.
Your Honor, the reliability, Your Honor, depending on the materiality of the findings, Your Honor. So again, as I mentioned, Your Honor, we have 15 million claims in a year, amounting to nearly 150 billion pesos, Your Honor.
So it means that PhilHealth is not capable of processing all the claims that are filed with it in a given year.
Your Honor, you're correct, Your Honor, because as I mentioned, Your Honor, claims come into the PhilHealth for processing and claims will be paid. But as of certain given times, say for instance, December 31, Your Honor, there are still claims unprocessed or unprocessed, Your Honor, given that PhilHealth has given
Yes.
60 days to process a claim, Your Honor.
You cannot cope up with 15 million claims
Your Honor,
yearly.
Your Honor, if saying to zero out the claims as of a given date, Your Honor, it is impossible, Your Honor. Given again, in any given period, Your Honor, claims pumapasok sa sistema ng PhilHealth for
But
processing, Your
all
Honor.
these claims are coming from people who are sick, who need urgent financial assistance to settle their hospital bills. These people, many of them are fighting for their lives in the hospitals. Perhaps all 15 million claims filed with your office.
Your
Yes.
Honor, the claims is being filed by the health facilities, Your Honor. In other words, the hospital received the document from the patient and the hospital or the health facilities be the one to submit the claims to PhilHealth, Your Honor. Again, I would like to mention, Your Honor, that PhilHealth has given 60 days to process the claims, Your
Yes,
Honor.
and according also to the findings of COA, the 60-day run-around period has not been complied with.
Your Honor, there are instances, Your Honor, that claims filed, paid beyond 60 days, Your Honor. But, Your Honor, I would like to state, Your Honor, that majority of the claims, majority or I have the figures, Your Honor.
Yes, we'll see
I just
about
want to see that one.
Now, let us go to your 2023 financial statement.
Yes, po.
You know, it's very important that we become aware of your financial standing, your status for these 3 years, 21, 22, 23, because it is from these years that the 89 billion was charged, was collected, and transferred to the National Treasury, 69.9. Had not the last tranche been restrained. All right. So we flash on the screen the 2023 financial statement of PhilHealth. In 2023, the COA reported that the total assets of PhilHealth amounted to 588 billion plus. The total liabilities amounted to 1.2 trillion plus. Out of 1.2 trillion plus, 1.14 trillion plus represented PhilHealth's insurance contract liabilities. Based on these numbers coming from COA, PhilHealth had a negative equity of 663 billion plus in 2023. Per independent auditor's report dated September 11, 2024, or just 6 months ago, the COA issued a qualified opinion, which means that this time, at least partially, PhilHealth's financial statements present fairly in all material aspects the financial position of PhilHealth as of December 31, 2023, and its financial performance. But for the rest of the financial statements,
PhilHealth, Your Honor.
so you have the you're the institutional memory of PhilHealth. You should be preserved.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
you,
you.
Your Honor.
So, my question is, based on these COA reports, do you think PhilHealth still has the ability to continue as a going concern without aid from the national government?
Your Honor, PhilHealth is a government-owned and controlled corporation. And PhilHealth can continuously implement this program, can operate, Your Honor, even, as you mentioned, Your Honor, without a subsidy from the national government, Your Honor. Of course, the subsidy of the national government is very important, Your Honor, for the expansion of benefits, and of course the expansion of beneficiaries already given by Republic Act 11223, Your Honor.
Are you telling the court that never has the national government rescued PhilHealth?
Your Honor,
When it comes to its inability, supposed inability to meet or pay all its liabilities, the government never came to the rescue of PhilHealth?
Your Honor, hindi pa naman ho dumating sa...
Hindi pa dumating sa puntong
pagkakataon
yon.
po. Yes,
Ano
Your
pala ang narating natin?
Your Honor, PhilHealth continuously implement its program, and our board, of which kasama po the national government, we have the DBM, we have the Department of Finance, and other government agencies, Your Honor, looking into the operations of the
Yes, so
corporation.
no need to negotiate with the national government on subsidy because you are self-sufficient.
Your Honor, on the self-sufficiency, Your Honor, again, the National Health Insurance Program, Your Honor, will be expanded, and the universal health care will be attained once mayroon ho, of course, subsidy from the national government, Your Honor.
So you will still depend. And up to now, you are depending.
Yes po,
From
Your
the
Honor.
very start, you have been depending on the national government subsidy, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So without the national government subsidy, would you have collapsed?
Your Honor, if the expansion of benefit that made in the year 2024, Your Honor, ma-implement natin ng tuloy-tuloy, Your Honor, of course, kailangan natin ng national government subsidy, Your Honor.
So we're looking forward, moving forward.
Yes, Your Honor.
But where you are standing now, your situation now, the present financial status of PhilHealth, do you need rescue from the national government?
Your Honor, the status of the financial of PhilHealth right now, Your Honor, enough to cover the year 2025 operations, Your Honor.
Per oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. All right. That opinion,
Your Honor, that is based on the financial record, Your Honor.
even with the findings of COA, you will still insist that you're financially sound,
Yes, Your Honor.
even without government subsidy.
Your Honor, again, kailangan talaga yung government subsidy.
Kailangan.
But
So,
of course,
kung walang government subsidy, nasaan ang PhilHealth?
Your Honor, still in the year 2025, we operating PhilHealth, Your Honor, based on the programs that we are implementing right now, Your Honor.
Yes,
again,
and these programs are funded in full.
In the year 2025, Your Honor, available po yung pondo po natin, Your Honor.
Nasaan yung pondo? Binigay na ba sa inyo ng treasury?
Your Honor, on existing funds of the corporation, Your Honor, our investable fund so December 31, 2024.
You know, my problem with your existing funds is this. You always do not consider the funds that should cover the reserve funds. That is my problem. Even though the command of Section 11 is for the reserve funds to be set aside. And when you set aside the reserve funds, it means it's real money. It's not just abstract. It's just not numbers. Because anytime the risk will become reality. That is my problem. Because you always do not recognize yet the funds that should cover the reserve funds.
Your Honor, if may I, Your Honor, And every year, Your Honor, we have the corporate operating budget, Your Honor. And this corporate operating budget, Your Honor, mayroon siyang kaakibat na corporate revenue as well. Kumbaga, may pumapasok na revenue. In the year 2024, Your Honor, our corporate revenue enough or more than enough to cover the expenditures, Your Honor.
Expenditures, how about the reserve funds? The formula under Section 11 is this, right? Total revenues less expenditures. And the balance, that is where you will get your reserve funds.
Your Honor,
And your reserve funds, the amount should depend on the actuarial valuation for 2 years. Correct?
Your Honor, if may I, on the part of the accumulated revenue that we have, Your Honor, we set aside the reserve fund. Set aside na siya. Then, in the
What did you
operation,
say again, please?
na-set aside po natin.
From
The accumulated revenue.
So you are reversing the process prescribed by law?
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
That is what you were saying. Oh, reserve na agad siya. Hindi ba dapat accumulated revenues less expenditures? And then the total, the balance, that is where you get your reserve funds. And your reserve funds must correspond to the actuarial estimate.
Your Honor, mayroon ho tayong revenue that, of course, projected for a year. In that revenue, Your Honor, yun po ang ginagamit po din natin in sourcing out the expenditures po of the year. Meaning, the operation of the corporation for, say for instance, the year 2025, much more dependent din pati siya, Your Honor, on the revenue po natin expected to be received for that particular year, Your Honor. So, ganun po siya, recognizing the revenue and then of course the estimated expenditures po.
And then the balance will go to the reserve funds.
We'll go to the accumulated revenue, Your Honor, or the surplus that we have.
All right.
Yes po.
Okay. May I proceed?